everybody, it's Heather here. I thought for this week, instead of doing a mobility minute, I would do a little mobility wod since we have the open coming up on Saturday. So this is a 20-minute full body stretch mobility to get you ready for the open. So what you'll need is a PVC or a broomstick and a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, whatever you got, field hockey ball, whatever you got. We'll start on all fours. And we're just going to turn the fingertips towards the body and come into a cat pose. And then when you come, cow pose. And then when you come into your cat, I want you to really lift the knees off of the floor into a hover and then bring the knees back down so that you can come in to your cow and then round it up for cat. So it's just a different way to do cat-cow. Moving with your breath, you're engaging the core, you're engaging the forearms, still getting lots of great spine mobility. Good, good. And then last one up. And then bring it down, flip the arms around, and push it back into a child's pose. Arms are nice and long and strong. You're going to walk the hands over to the left, really root down through the right hip and stretch it with the right fingertips, getting into the right side body here, into the lats. This is great for pull-ups. Awesome, and then walk it over to the right side, same thing, rooting down through the left hip and really reaching with the left fingertips here. Breathing into that left side body. Good, and then you're just going to bring the forearms down like a number 11. You can clasp hands if that feels better for you. And then we're just going to bring it in to a downward facing dog shape. In yoga we call this dolphin. And we're just going to move forward and back, maybe pedaling the heels, alternating, swishing the hips. So we're stretching into the calves and into the hamstrings and also working that shoulder girdle because we're on our forearms. So just moving in a way that feels good for you. Head is not touching the floor. I know it might be hard to see with my hair, but head is not touching the floor. Good, and then bring the knees down and then switch it back to a traditional downward facing dog. You're going to lift that right leg and then pull the right knee through. Bring it down to low lunge. Really shift the hips forward, knee in line with the ankle here. Clasp the hands behind the back, roll the shoulders, opening the pecs. Psoas, hip flexor on the left, opening up the pecs here. Just leaning forward. Should feel pretty great. And then slowly release the hands, frame that foot and slide the hip back for your hamstring stretch. You can stay up nice and tall or keep coming down. Just listen to that left knee. It'll tell you how far to go. Breathing nice and deep into that hamstring on the right side. Good, and then we're going to crawl it forward. Knee comes way over the ankle, so you're getting into that ankle mobility. And then you're just going to swish side to side. Again, getting into the hip there. Awesome. And then pulling it back one more time. Hamstring stretch. Good, and then from here, you're just gonna bring the knee back in line with the ankle, tuck the toes, lift that knee, runner's lunge. You're gonna take the inhale. On the exhale, you're gonna stand it up to the standing split. So you can walk the arms out like a tripod out in front. That's going to help get the back leg up higher, and it's a little easier to walk it out. Or if you really want to work into the hamstring, walk the hands back. Maybe grab one ankle, side of the ankle, reaching your heart for your knee. Just breathing into it. Try not to hold your breath to hold the pose. That's the hardest part. You want to get the air in there to open everything up. You're going to bend this standing right leg and shoot the duck through. That's a roller skating term. Shoot the duck. and come into the twist here. So left leg is long, right knee is bent. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale to twist over your right shoulder. So try not to keep the shoulder up. You want to keep the shoulder nice and down. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist it. Good. And then release. Take the easy open twist. Right elbow in front, looking over left shoulder. And I'm actually going to turn so you can see me, because we're going to add some shoulder into this. So you're going to take your right hand, so you're here, nice easy open twist. You're going to take your right hand for the pinky ridge side of this left leg. If you can't reach, bend that bottom leg to reach the arm out in front. You're going to feel this right in that mid-scap area and that right shoulder. It should feel like a really nice stretch there. Good. And then release. And then we're just going to bring it back into that downward facing dog shape, or to all fours shape, sorry. We're going to come back to hover. This time the arms, the fingers are going to stay straight out. You're going to come up to a hover, bend the left knee, scorpion tail, and then bring it back. Right knee comes up, scorpion tail. So your core is engaged here. Your core is turned on, belly button into the spine. Pretend that there's a block or a platter of something super great on your hips and you don't want it to tip off. Just a couple more on each side. Good. And then when you're ready, bring it back into downward facing dog. It's your left leg that lifts, and you're pulling it through, coming into that low lunge position. Bring the arms back, take the funky grip, opposite thumb on top, and then sliding forward. Good, nice job. Release the hands, bring it down, and then slowly come back to wherever you need to be for the hamstring stretch. It does not have to be the same as the other side. Hips are different, hamstrings are different. So if one side feels really great and you want to go further, do it. If the other side does not feel great, don't push it. Get right up to that edge and just breathe into it. And then slowly come forward, coming into the ankle mobility. Just kind of shimmy into it a little bit. And then one more time back, hamstring stretch wherever you need to be. Toes can be pointed or lifted up, whatever you like. And then shift it forward, tuck the toes, coming into that runner's lunge. Take the inhale here. On the exhale, lift it up to the standing split. Remember, walk the hands out like a tripod. I know you can't see me, but walk the hands out like a tripod. That's going to get that back leg up higher, or walk them in. That's going to be deeper stretch. And then when you're ready, bend the standing left leg, shoot the duck through, and then coming over into your twist. Right leg is long, left knee is bent. Twist to look over the left shoulder. You're using your fingertips behind you like a kickstand, so you're not slumping or rounding. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist it out. That's great. Whew. Little critter. And then left arm comes inside of left elbow. Turn to look over right shoulder. I just turned this way so you can see me. Again, keeping the shoulders back and down. Easy open twist here. And then we're coming into that left shoulder. So you're reaching the left hand for the pinky ridge side. Option to bend the knee if you need it. Just getting a nice stretch behind that left shoulder. and then release, and you're going to grab your PVC. So we're going to bring both knees out to the side, and I think I've done this in a Mobility Minute little video before, so it doesn't matter which side, you're going to swish and do both. The PVC is here to make it harder. If you have a 15-pound bar or a 35-pound bar, that would be even better. So I'm going to show you without the bar and then with the bar. The whole point is to use the core and to open up the hips. So if you need to, for stability, you can use your hands behind you to just windshield wiper the knees down, down, down. So that's level 1. Level 2 is no hands. You can really feel the obliques working to compensate for not having any weight behind you to take that off. And then level 3, you know it, is the pipe or the bar out in front. And then you're going to do this, and then we're going to come up. We're going to come up, and you're going to push, just like you're driving. When you push, like when you're doing a clean or a snatch, you're going to push forward. Push. Push. Squeezing the glutes, using the belly button, using the core. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. This can be totally slow. It's just at your pace. Good. Just a couple more. Good. And then come on up. Drop the PVC, and you're going to grab your handy dandy lacrosse ball, and you're going to come to the wall. So if you are in class with me, you know that we do this a lot. This is a tricep smash. So you don't want to be straight up and down against the wall. You want to lean into the wall. You're going to take your ball right into the upper trap here, and you're just rolling into it. And then when you find that sweet spot, it should feel pretty good. Then you're just going to snow angel, kind of moving in a way that kind of works that knot out a little bit. You want the ball to kind of mold over the muscle to kind of melt over the ball, so to speak, because this is where we hide our trigger points, which is the knots in the muscle. So there's a lot in this upper trap, mid-scap area. So if you were in class with me, we would do this for 1.5 minutes, but because I only have about 5 more minutes here, we're just going to do this for about 30 seconds. But obviously do this longer anytime. This is a great one. You can do this warm, cold, whatever, your traps. Love it. Good. And then switch it over. Other side, just to be even. I'm a big stickler for being even. If you're right-handed, the right side of your body muscles are typically going to be tighter because they're going to be stronger. The left side then conversely is going to be a little bit more open. You're going to have a little bit more mobility on that left side. Typically, not everybody follows that rule, but that's general, and then it would be the same if you're left-handed. Then your left side would be your dominant side. You might find that you're more balanced on the right side. So just notice what you notice as you're doing these exercises. Just notice what feels really great and loose and what feels tight so that you can work on it. It's not a bad thing. Don't need to judge it. So we're going to release the lacrosse ball, and then we're going to come up to stand with your pipe or your stick, whatever you got. So you're going to scarecrow it. So you want your head resting on the back of the bar. And then you're just going to come down to the side, feel the oblique stretch, really reach up, and then you're going to reach forward and then slice it through the middle, nice flat back, and then reach up. So it's kind of like you're moving through water. It's a slow, controlled movement. Really stretching. Again, great for the lats, great for the low back here, great for the hamstrings here. You're really doing a lot of things, working the obliques. You're doing a lot in this movement. And then we're going to move it over to the other side. Really slice it. Come across, nice flat back, and then really, really, really reach. I like using the bar because it keeps your arms straight. You can't bend and kind of cheat. You're pushing your hips into the imaginary wall behind you, so you're activating your hamstrings as you come forward. Good. And then come on up. And we're just going to flip the grip so that the palms are facing away from you. And again, this is fine. If you have the PVC, you're not going to feel this too much, but if you had a bar here, and then you're just pushing into the triceps. So watch me push my hips forward. See how I have that little arch in my low back here? So you want to tuck the pelvis under so that the back is nice and flat. You're getting a nice opening in the shoulders and in the pecs, and you're just pushing away. So again, if you had some weight here, you could do this with barbells too. It just might not keep, it might not be as even. You're just pushing away, trying to tuck the pelvis under. You're engaging lower abdominals here, tucking under. So you're just pushing away. It shouldn't feel heavy. I mean, if you did this for 3 minutes, you would. But right now, it shouldn't feel like anything. Just working on alignment. Just a couple more like this. Good. And then release it. I want to do some wrist stuff because we're always gripping. So clasping the hands, rolling the shoulder or rolling the wrists forward, and then rolling them back. Rolling them forward, rolling them back. If you want to work on balance, you can do this, standing on one leg, or closing your eyes if that feels too easy. Same thing, you're going to make a claw. You're going to hula claw. And then I'm going to go to knees just so you can see the tops of my hands. You're going to bring the arms up over your head, and you're going to pull your head through the window. So you don't want your arms here, and you don't want them here. You just want them right even, and then you're going to grab like you're in a money phone booth, and you're grabbing for the money. You just grab, 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 really using your fingers. So this is great when you're flat-handed, when you're doing handstand push-ups, anything when you're doing mountain climbers, anything where your hands are flat. This is good for grip strength, for keeping your hands really grippy on the mat or on the floor. Good. And then just shake, 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 shake. And then you can do opposite just to straighten them out. Or go back to those cat-cows that we did with the forearm stretch at the very, very beginning. And then just roll the shoulders back. And then the head and the shoulders always take so much, whether we're working out or not, or just computering. The head and the neck and the shoulders take so much. So just try to do a couple head rolls. I know it's super simple, but it's super effective if you release the shoulders. Working into one side. You can do this with your head back on the lacrosse ball, leaning back, putting the lacrosse ball there, and then just working into it on each side, especially if the neck is really tight for you. It's hard, especially as you come back. If the neck is really tight, it's hard to keep the shoulders down. The shoulders want to creep up and protect you. So focus on, pretend that I'm standing over you, gently putting my hands to keep the shoulders back and down. So it was a quick 20 minutes. It's full body. We did hamstrings, we did core, we did shoulders, we did forearms, we did some tricep stuff, neck. I hope that you found it helpful. Please DM me if you have any questions, concerns, I'm here for you, and have a great open. See you later.